Guys, it's Marcia Whyte, and I help you as a life and business coach get through the major transitions in your life and come out stronger on the other side. And today I want to share a story with you that I think is really relevant to everyone at some point in their journey, male or female, young or old, business or personal life. We can all relate to this story. Good to see you, LaTracy. Thanks. It's the story you may be familiar with, I don't know, but it's a story from the Indian culture, the Indians meaning the ones in the country of India and not the Native Americans. And we need to make that very important distinction, especially given that this is being taped the week of the United States' Independence Day celebration. Yes, we're African Americans or Irish Americans, but we don't give enough credence to the Native Americans. And that's why I'm always very intentional about separating or distinguishing between the Indians from India and the ones from Native America. And this is from the ones in India. Anyway, it's talking about the little cracked pot, but it's relevant to why I show up the way that I do and why I do the work that I do and why I feel it's so important. And so I'm kind of reading and paraphrasing at the same time. There was a water bearer, and for those of you all who don't know what it is, you've seen pictures in other cultures of traditionally women who have a long stick or pole on their shoulders, and they balance these water pots. They go down to the river, to the stream, whatever their source of water is in their area, and they bring back water. It's a tedious, thankless job. Well, in any event, every day she would go down and bring the water up. And one of the pots always arrived back at her destination full to the brim with water, all right? The other pot would only be about half full because it was cracked. It was imperfect. And so this went on for a couple of years. And again, this is a fable. So when it says the pot at some point felt bad and apologized to the water bearer and says, I know that the burden of carrying me every day doesn't lessen on you. It doesn't diminish. And yet, you still keep me around, but I need to apologize because I don't show up full. I don't carry my own weight. I am flawed. All right. And the woman didn't understand why the pot felt that way. And so what she had the pot do, she said to the pot, turn around. I'm going to turn you around. So she physically took her body, still with the pots on both shoulders. So the full pot, the one that was bringing 100% value, strong, could see the lesson too. Because it's important sometimes for everybody to hear, all right? She said, I've always been aware that you're flawed, and your crack has never been an issue for me, because look what I've done. Whether you've realized it or not, all along this side of the pathway leading back to the house, what do you see? And the crackpot said, I see beautiful flowers. They're gorgeous, healthy and strong and vibrant in color, and some of them have amazing smells. And she said, exactly. What do you see on the other side? And he said, nothing, just the road as it usually is. And she said, exactly. I have gone behind you and I have planted seeds along your side of the path that I take every day. And over the years, as I have walked and you have dripped the water, you have actually given the moisture and the nourishment that these flowers needed to grow and bloom and give beauty and fragrance and joy to all those who would look upon this path. Conversely, the full pot did what it was prepared to do, and that is to bring the cooling waters for drinking and bathing and cooking and all the other life-nourishing sources that the people in the house needed. So both of you have had a purpose. You're the only one that hasn't been able to see that your flaws even serve well. And the point of the story is why I do the work that I do. Because a lot of the clients that I work with, especially because it's primarily women, who are coming to me feeling like, okay, I'm tired of being broken. I am tired of being down. I am tired of having my confidence and my competence shaken and feeling off balance and feeling like I don't have anything to contribute to the greater good. I help you understand you're still valuable. You still have worth. You still can make a contribution. You still matter. There is power even in your brokenness. And that can be used not only for your good, but to inspire all those who come along the path behind you. Because whether you know it or not, you are watering seeds, just holding on to this, to this much strength. You think it's fading. You think it's unusable. You think you're disappointing people, but you're not. And how do I know that? Because that's my story too. That's what I talk about in my book that's available on Amazon called GratitudeSpeak, From Loss to Leadership. And that is the extension of the message that will be in my new book that I am just starting on. And I don't want to give you the working title because it is subject to change. But it's about lessons learned on the journey and what I've had to learn when I have looked back and seen that through the cracks and the flaws in my life, in my business, in my experience, on my journey, I have still managed to inspire others to stay with it, to some cases or some instances, to just start on the path. Because we all have a purpose. We all have value. We all have a meaning. No matter how far down others try to put you or you try to put yourself. I've said it before. I'll say it again many times before I'm gone. Don't let the worst enemy you have be between your two ears. All right? You're going to always have enough haters on the outside. That's on them. You make sure that you understand that you can be used for good no matter what condition you're in, no matter what state you find yourself. Okay, so your business isn't as profitable. Let's talk about how we're going to turn that around. I've had those times. Let's talk about the doubts that you experience. Let's talk about those midnight cries or those noonday cries or those mid-afternoon cries or whenever you are about to beat yourself up, you need to stop. There is help available. That is what GratitudeSpeak, the life coaching, the mentoring, the guiding, the restoration side of it is about. Yes, I can give you strategies for other business services that I provide through coaching, but I really wanted to make sure you understood what I do on the life side, the life mentoring, coaching, transformation, transition side. I help you mentally make the transition because I've been there. And though everything that I've done may not work for you, if you look at the path that I've left, and I've been able to do it looking at paths that other water bearers before me have left, that's how I continue on in my journey and find strength. And that's how you will one day look back and see the seeds that you have watered and they're blooming and growing and inspiring somebody else. And let me tell you, please, ma'am, please, sir, make no mistake. Hey, Robin, that make no mistake. Understand this. Ingest this. Let this infuse in you like extract in a cake batter. You have value, you have worth, and someone somewhere is watching you and they are inspired because you're not giving up. You may think you're on the last straw. You may think you are at the end of your rope, but what do they say? Just tie a knot. The knot may not be that strong, but I promise you, if you get to the end of the rope and you tie what you think is a little knot, the pressure of you holding on strengthens that knot. And that is an example of some of the things that I share with you in a very strategic way, in a very kind of upfront, in your face. If I have to shock you into understanding that you still have worth, that's what we'll do until you accept it for yourself. Because I know it's there, because someone had to see it in me. And it's my mission, it's my calling, it's part of my purpose here to inspire you, to motivate you, to get you to understand that just like that crack pot, all right, it watered, it had its purpose. It made the seeds bloom. It did not diminish the value of the full pot because the full pot had another purpose. Stop comparing yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is not supposed to be like the other's journey. All right? You can be on the same path, just like those two pots on the water bearer's shoulder, but each one served a different purpose. And each one showed up marvelously in their purpose, even though the cracked one didn't initially understand it. So if you've ever wondered what working with me looks like, that's why I tell you to click the GratitudeSpeak.youcanbook.me link that I'm about to type in here and schedule a call. Because I'm telling you, I am a living, breathing, walking, talking, coaching, mentoring example of the cracked water pot. Some people think I'm a crackpot anyway, but that's a whole nother story. I tell you, I'm good at what I do because I believe it, and I can believe it because I not only lived it, I am still in many ways living it. Because the situations change. The lesson doesn't change. The model doesn't change. And the need for what I do and why I show up for you does not change. So let me help you make that transition. I'm going to put the link in the comments, and you can GratitudeSpeak. I have to spell it out. And you get on my calendar, and we'll talk about it. And let me tell you this, I just put it in the comments. If it's not a good fit or it's not a good time, I'm okay with that. But you will at least come away knowing that you have value. And if you're not ready to do the work just yet, that's fine. I don't need to push you and pressure you until you are comfortable making the commitment to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, I don't want to work with you. It's a waste of your time and my time because I want the best for you. But I'll tell you, like I've always told my children, I cannot and will not try to want it for you more than you want it for yourself. But if you really want it and you're committed to doing the work and you know that you're tired of feeling like you don't have value or you're no longer competent or you no longer matter, let me show you how many, probably countless ways that you do matter. So if this is you or if it's someone that you know, please share the video, share the link, tell them the story of the water pot, tell them my story, and then get on the calendar. It'll be worth it. It's only 30 minutes. It doesn't cost you anything but a few minutes time. But it'll be so worth it. And you owe it to not only yourself, but to those you have been put here to serve and inspire. So I'm looking forward to the conversation. You guys have a great day. I've got some exciting news coming this weekend, so kind of stay tuned. If you don't have notifications on for when I'm live, turn them on now because probably sometime either tomorrow or Sunday, I'll be making an announcement that I'm uber excited about, and I can't wait to share it with you. But until then, have a fabulous rest of your day, and we will talk soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.